Hello, I'm Appleseed Games, and today we're going to review The Murder of Sonic the Hedgehog. This game is about the murder of Sonic the Hedgehog, but specifically in a cruise ship with its murder mystery themed. That's why it's not all too serious. And you have to use clues to interrogate people to find out who the murderer is. You do this by pointing and clicking at objects to examine for clues and interrogating the people. The cast includes Amy, Sonic, Tails, Knuckles, SBO, Vector, Rouge, Blaze, and Shadow, which is actually a pretty expandable cast. SBO, Blaze, and Vector aren't really in mainline Sonic games anymore, so that is actually kind of a shocker. But Sega, where the fuck is Cream and Silver? That's all I've wanted, you fuck. Let's get into one of my favorite aspects about the game, which is the presentation. The OST and the art style is really fucking good, and for an April Fool's joke game, it is fucking peak level. Literally peak. These freaking art style looks like they're based off the comics, but in like HD 4K Ultra, like just makes your eyes tears and joy. Literally, I was crying in tears of joy just seeing the fucking art style. And the music, I felt like my ears were being kissed. I'm predicting it's gonna get 100 on album of the year. I think it's actually gonna win a Grammy of album of the fucking year. So that being said, those are basically my favorite parts about the game. Other than that, the mystery itself, which I can't spoil much, is kind of medium difficulty. I mean, I was not able to figure it out. I was a dumbass, but I heard from a lot of people they got it right before even revealing all the clues, which definitely did not make me a dumbass. No, guys, I'm the smartest Sonic fan. No, guys, I'm smart. The characters here are well written, actually. That neither of them feel like stereotypes, and it got me hooked through the rest of the game. However, the way you progress to the game actually is a bit weird. There's two types of progressions in this game. One, where you find clues and point and click, and two is where the thinking minigame. And this is one of my main gripes about the game. So in order to kind of support your reasoning with these clues, you need to play a think minigame, which has nothing to do with the theme of the fucking story, which kind of triggers me, but yeah. So I'm gonna mark points off for that. Also, another problem about the game, your character itself, your OC, is fucking dumbass and a fanboy even. At the beginning, he wasn't really a fanboy, but then when you progress to the game, he just starts fanboying, and I really fucking hated it. I mean, it's a good representation of the fandom, but that's not really good, is it? However, there are some decisions that lead to different routes, such as defending a suspect for what he did or didn't do. Another thing I like to mention is that there is a lot of good details about the game, and even some that you can interact. These include the yellow borders and playing with different machines on the casino. The characters seem realistic enough, and I never felt like they're out of character, which is a really hard task to do, especially when it's in a different theme. And yeah, that's pretty much it for the non-spoilers part of this review. It was kind of short, but the game is also kind of short, and it's also free to play, and I would definitely recommend. I would give this game an 85 out of 100. The spoiler section out of the way, we can finally move on to the section with spoilers. And for this, my friend came in to review this game who is a Sonic hater. Is this game gonna convince him to enjoy Sonic? Let's find out. Okay, so you said you played Sonic 1, so did you complete it, or like how far did you get into the game?
I beat it, but I don't remember much about the game.
I'm actually really shocked. I didn't even beat it. I got too frustrated. It was actually one of the hardest Sonic games, so that must have took a long time. Okay, so you liked the game, but you said you didn't like the lore pretty much. I think.
I just don't know lore about like anything Sonic.
Well, okay, so you said you read like summaries of the comics. Is that correct, or am I?
I just like I occasionally have like a random Sonic video pop up on my YouTube feed, and if I'm really bored, I'll watch it.
Okay, so like, what characters did you know all the characters?
I knew the whole cast, yeah.
Okay, you even know SPO. Most Sonic fans don't even know SPO. So, like, what did you thought of the characters before you got into the game? Like,
Before I thought they were all gonna be just complete shit.
okay, you had very low expectations for this game, I can see.
Yeah, I kind of expected it to just be generic as absolute hell.
Even though I waited a 95 out of 100 when I was a quarter way through the game, you still had low hopes.
Yes.
Yeah, okay. I just want to let you know, I am probably the chillest Sonic fan you'll ever meet, alright? I'm not biased,
We
okay?
still have very different tastes, so when you rate it, it's fine.
Well,
That's a
okay,
bad sign.
honestly, the game is like your genre more than my genre, bro.
It actually was, because like after I
Yeah.
started playing, I was like, oh shit, this is like Ace Attorney. I love Ace Attorney.
I was going to say, hey yo, it's kind of like your taste, but then I'm like, no, I'm gonna let him in blind. I'm like, no. What did you thought? Like before you even hopped into the game, what did you vision the game was gonna be like?
I honestly had no idea. I felt like it was just gonna be really half-assed.
Really half-assed. I can see that. I could actually see that because this was actually on an April Fool's joke. This is actually an April Fool's joke.
It was an early April Fool's joke.
Yes, the developers were, I don't know, but
I mean the final boss was a fucking train, so
my expectations were actually like kind of like I was expecting the game to be mid because it had really good art style though. You gotta admit, like the presentation
I loved
was
the art style actually. I did really like the art style.
yeah. So that was one of the hopes. I was like, yes, they actually had a good art style for once because if you didn't play any Sonic games, we didn't get a good Sonic game in like 5 years. Well, Frontiers is like kind of like a 70. But we didn't, in the Sonic fan perspectives, we didn't get a good game in like 5 years. So it was kind of like a breath of fresh air for me. I don't know if you had the same feeling, but it was kind of a breath of fresh air.
I mean, it was different, and I was like, you know what? For a free game that just randomly came out of nowhere, it's actually pretty good.
So that was really fucking
Blaze's
surprising.
introduction is so confusing if you don't know Sonic. It's like, oh yeah, I'm an extra-dimensional princess. What the fuck?
Yeah, you need to play Sonic Rush to do that, which is a DS game which I played only on emulator. So I didn't know that much of Blaze and SPO myself. I know SPO and Vector like very well actually, but
I knew SPO and Vector, but Blaze, I'm like, okay, she's like that one cat lady a bunch of people simp for. That's all I
no,
knew.
but see, a bunch of people simp for her because alright, so okay. There's like 5 characters that people simp for actually good reason. This is actually good reason. This is not fanboy reasons. There's Silver, Blaze, SBO, Vector, and Cream. And those characters are really good. They actually carry the Sonic, but they haven't been in the game for 10 years. Like, or in the mainline. They only been like spin-offs. So
I actually really liked SBO, besides for when they were like, oh yeah, he knows a bunch of different languages and speed reads books at like fucking Mach 2.
honestly,
I was like, okay, that's just a major plot point. Like, you're just pulling that shit out of your ass.
honestly, SVO would. I think they said it once in Sonic Heroes. That's it. That is the only part where they mentioned.
Like a very specific thing to use
Yeah.
in the narrative.
To be honest, that was not good. I'm surprised that you like Vector.
I find it funny that I somehow knew he was the villain, despite not knowing that shit.
To be honest, we had pretty different IQ levels. You were the smart one. I was the dumb one. I did not
I'm
know.
smart with history, okay? I'm smart with
I
history.
was going off of my Sonic, okay? I was going off of the actual games and comics. I was like,
You were going off of the games, and ironically enough, I think my newbie's perspective actually made it a lot easier for me.
yeah, because when you're a Sonic fanboy, you're like, okay, I don't want it to be SVO because I really like SVO. But
I
then,
also spent like 30 minutes on the slot machine.
are you serious? You spent
I
30 minutes
played
on
the
a fucking slot
for
machine.
I was playing with the slot machine for half an hour. I'm not
I
gonna
bet
lie.
Tails was really angry.
Ironically enough, after he says he's gonna stand on the side, he actually does. I don't think he talks to you again.
Oh my god. And one of my favorite gags in the game was the trash bin. That was my favorite.
Oh, I did. The trash bin was actually kind of entertaining.
Yeah, I honestly looked for it. I honestly thought, yeah, there's definitely gonna be something in like the last stage. It was predictable, but it was funny. So I give them a pass on that.
Personality. I really didn't like that they used the think mini game for things I already fucking knew.
Yeah, to be honest, like if you're gonna include a think mechanic, do something like at least in the theme, because there was no like I hated the think mini game.
Because, like everything, if you present the correct evidence, like immediately, because as I said, I got pretty much everything right besides for that one Tails thing. Like, and it was like, oh, I wonder what it is. Holy shit, I have no idea. Oh wow, a stick. You know how they mentioned a hammer a few seconds ago.
Yeah, like the only thing I got right, like first snap was the stick. I like knew, yeah, that's Amy's hammer. Everyone knows that. Like I thought that was like, yeah, everyone knows that. That's common sense. And then they made me play a thing.
I knew that was Amy's hammer. I was just
Wait,
like,
you
oh
knew
wow.
that?
Yeah, because they were just like, oh, you should hit it with your hammer. I was like, okay, look, chunk missing out of cabinet, stick over there. No shit, Sherlock.
So, did you dislike any of the characters besides yourself? Because yourself, honestly, just made my ears bleed.
Not. I actually, I think I liked all of them, actually.
Even Rouge?
Okay, maybe Rouge. I think they exaggerate way too much.
No, honestly,
Like,
no.
oh.
Alright, so, Lucas, I gotta, fucking get a confession. That Rouge was honestly the most tamest in that game.
What the hell do you mean?
She was tame. In her personality,
Like, her entire thing was like, oh wow, feminine charm. I'm like, why?
her two personality
Why?
traits. No, she has 3 personality traits. 1, steal shit, which fine, I'll give a pass on that one. 2, making fun of Knuckles, and 3, being sexual. That's it.
Okay, actually, I think with you saying that, Rouge is definitely an underdeveloped character. I also didn't like how the main character had like fanboy over Sonic. I was just like, please.
I wish we had more dialogue options. Even though they don't change the game, I would wish. This game made me thankful that we had dialogue options in Telltale games.
Yeah, like, hear me out here. They didn't give us dialogue options, but they let us choose what happened after the end.
That was my main gripe about the game. I'm like, if I'm actually in this situation, and even as coming as a fanboy myself, I wouldn't be like, Sonic's so cool. Yeah, I wouldn't be like that. I wouldn't actually be like that.
Yeah, it's like, okay, like at first I was like, oh hey, he's actually kind of chill, but later when they're like, he's a hero, I'm like, okay, I don't like him as much anymore.
I hated the character at the start.
He was chill, but he wasn't chill at the end.
When did you thought it was SBO? Like, why after the library, or like, did it took a while? So you said SBO.
As soon as they showed the secret passage, I was like, okay, it's SBO.
You didn't even know. You didn't even like. Oh yeah, Vector was that wouldn't make sense.
Yeah, no, because I was like, okay, Vector. Honestly, he would have been defending himself for no reason if he had a reason.
Yeah, Vector would be dumb.
He also has, like, he was also with everyone in the saloon.
Yeah.
So I was like, the only person who is left occupied and does not have a very good, like, good alibi at that time is SBO.
I feel really dumb because I don't think you even need that much information to tell it was SBO. All you need to know is that he was alone in a room where they had a hidden passageway. That's all you needed to
He
know.
was alone in a room where they couldn't confirm or deny if he was dead.
Do you like how the ending sequence was written?
I started laughing really hard where it's like, the train's evil. I'm just like, oh my god.
So you actually liked it. Did you?
I thought it was really stupid, but I did actually end up laughing really hard at it, so.
I already lost.
Also,
like, it's
when they said that, I was just like, so there are two ways that they're gonna do this plot. It's either one of them ends up actually being the murderer somehow, it's gonna be like a plot twist, or they're just gonna be like, oh, there's a new guy that we didn't know about, he's evil, and I was right about the new guy.
yeah. Like, I
It was
knew.
surprise, the train's the villain the whole goddamn time.
I knew, like, right at the start, like, okay, whoever is the murderer is not actually evil. And did
Yeah,
not kill
I
Sonic.
could tell immediately that, okay, so none of this is real.
No, none. Non-existent.
Yeah, there was no motive for anyone to actually want to kill Sonic.
So, Lucas, I noticed that you like detective part about the game, and you also like SBO and Vector. So that actually puts you. So I recommend, if you are actually gonna get into the Sonic lore, which I don't think you are, there's actually a sub-series. There's actually a spin-off comic series where Vector and SBO are detectives. There's actually a sub-series about that. So
because Sonic is made entirely off of character tropes.
Oh, well, okay, keep going. I will neither disagree that nor agree to that, but okay.
Hear me out here. Sonic is just like the chill, really cool hero stereotype, and then Amy is the generic psycho girlfriend. Rogue is the generic hot kleptomaniac. They wanted another they wanted someone who can be like really snobby, so they added Blaze. Vector, they wanted like a funny, cool guy, so they added him. They wanted someone who's like smart, calm, and collected, so they added SBO. They needed a generic villain, so they added Shadow.
No, that's actually entirely wrong. On Shadow's part, only Shadow's part. Everyone else you got right.
Okay, only Shadow's part.
Yeah.
For Knuckles, I'm pretty sure that they just wanted some brawny guy that can be seen as a villain, so they added him. And I forgot most of the cast. Oh yeah, Tails is just like the sidekick or whatever.
Okay, so you got like only two of those wrong. So you only got Knuckles and Shadow wrong. So in my channel, we sump over Cream. Did you think if Cream was added in the story, would it be better? Judging by your knowledge.
It would add more. It would definitely add more, I'm pretty sure.
Would it be good?
Probably, but I feel like everyone would just immediately overlook Cream.
What if Cream was the murderer?
That would be funny. That would actually be funny.
There we go. I'm gonna expose you. I know. I'm gonna expose you. You said Cream was a 3 out of 10. What the fuck is a 3 out of a 10 character to you?
I mean, like, I don't know anything that's exactly memorable about Cream. They aren't talked about that much, really.
But like your reasoning was like,
keep in mind, I have a limited understanding of Sonic.
Even so, when you said 3, I thought it was gonna be like, okay, 3 out of 5, 3 out of 5, and then you said out of 10, and I'm like, okay, now that, okay.
To me, they're just like the bystander that likes Sonic. I'm pretty sure that that's all I know.
Okay, well, what the fuck summaries do you be reading?
I
Okay.
really don't like innocent characters, okay?
I was like, damn, he must really hate fucking cute, innocent characters.
Okay, hear me out here. I couldn't watch My Hero Academia because it's too wholesome.
Are you serious?
There's
No,
not
no.
enough going on. I swear to God.
So you were afraid that Queen was that?
No, I'm just saying, like, in comparison, if there's too much going on where it's just like, oh, look at this, the life of this character, I'm like, okay, fuck that.
This game won't interest you in Sonic at all, other than fucking Vector and Queen
it
Espio.
vaguely interested me because it was like, okay, they can kind of do some writing to it. They can kind of do it.
We got it. We turned a Sonic hater into a Sonic kind of fan.
Enjoy.
You casual fan.
Not a fan. I would just say enjoyer.
Okay, enjoy it.
So subscribe to Apple's the Games. So,
I did not pay him to say that actually. Alright.
He did not pay me to say that. Subscribe to Apple's the
Even
Games.
though I paid him in this video to be in this video. Even though I paid him to be in this video.
If you like the video and subscribe, we can probably do more dumbass game reviews.